Well, good morning, everyone. You know, I don't know about you, but whenever I'm listening to the readings at Mass and I hear my name, I kind of get a little excited. And this morning, in the first reading, I heard my name, Philip. Right? And it's not just any Philip, it's Philip the Deacon. How about that? Right? I like to think of him as the original Deacon Phil. Right? He was one of the first 7 men chosen by the apostles to set aside for this diaconal ministry to the community. But we also heard today that they buried Stephen, another of those original 7. And Stephen was the first martyr in the church. He was stoned to death for preaching the gospel. And so after witnessing his brother Deacon, this man whom he served alongside, being killed for proclaiming Christ, what does Philip do? He goes out and he proclaims Christ. I don't know if I could do that. And if I had just seen my friend who I was working alongside being killed for the gospel, I don't know if I'd have the courage to go and do exactly what he did. Why did they do it? Why risk everything? I think we get a little glimpse of the answer to that question in the gospel we just heard. Because they didn't risk their lives because they were brave. They risked their lives because they believed. So Jesus tells us, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never hunger. Whoever believes in me will never thirst. Sometimes I get hungry. Sometimes I get thirsty. But Jesus isn't talking about that physical hunger that we can satisfy with meat and potatoes. He is talking about the spiritual hunger. That deep hunger in every human soul. A hunger for God. A hunger for meaning. A hunger for love that endures. Jesus tells us that only He can satisfy that hunger. Only He can bring eternal life. That's why Stephen and Philip and so many others risked everything. And so this morning, as we gather to share the bread of life, let's reflect on the examples of these early Christians. The gospel meant everything to them. Does it mean everything to us? I pray that our yes be not just a word, but the way we live. Not through acts of bravery, but through acts of faith. So that as nourished by the Holy Eucharist, we can go forth from this place and proclaim Christ risen to all those whom we encounter with our every word and every deed.